Hi, it's Anne from Walsh Quilting, and I've been asked how I use a ruler up against the foot on my quilting machine. So I just thought I'd do this quick video and show you in case you're not familiar with this technique. These are special rulers made for long arm quilting machines or this sit-down long arm, and they're 1/4 of an inch thick and they're really sturdy acrylic rulers. I believe they're acrylic, don't quote me on that, but I think that's what they are. And you want to use a ruler foot on your machine. So whether you're using a long arm or whether you're using your regular domestic sewing machine, you want to use the special ruler foot that's designed for your machine. It has a higher profile, so there is much less chance of the ruler popping up, going over the foot and under the needle, ruining your ruler and possibly messing up the timing on your machine. So be very careful about that. And you don't want to be using rotary cutting rulers to try and quilt with them on your quilts. It's very important not to do that. They're not made for that, and rulers are very expensive. We know that. We don't want to be just busting them up without meaning to. So I put my needle down at the beginning of the line where I want to start, and then I just gently put the ruler up against the foot and straighten it out so that I can see about a 1/4 of an inch line on the side of the edge of the ruler, and my foot is going to just go along that ruler as I quilt and give me, hopefully on camera, a straight line. And there you go. And it's just that easy. No, I'm kidding. It does take some practice and you need to get comfortable with the rulers, but it's not as hard as it looks. And remember, when you see those long armers whipping their rulers around on the quilt is already stationary for them. So they have one arm to move the machine and one arm to whip the ruler around. And so it's not going to be quite that same technique for you if you are free motion quilting on a sit-down machine, because you're also responsible for moving that quilt at an even pace. So you'll get used to holding the ruler in position and moving the quilt while you're holding the ruler. And like I say, that all looks and sounds kind of difficult, but when you practice like anything else, you get used to the feel of it. As long as you have your quilt in a good position, so you don't have a lot of drag at the front or back, you can easily maneuver it around just as if you were free motion quilting any other design. I'm just going to eyeball a spot in the middle here that I want to stitch to, back to the corner. Now I'm leaving about a 1/4 of an inch between that corner and my ruler, because if I line this up at the corner, my needle is not going to go to the corner. Obviously it's going to go further than I want it to go. So this kind of stuff, you just eyeball it. You can mark things like this if you choose to, but on smaller things like this, it's not so serious. There we go. So if you can't see that yellow one that I just stitched, if it's the wrong camera angle for you, you can see the gray one here and the purple one have the same kind of design, and in these other ones I've just done straight lines. And if they're short enough that normally I would just try and do something like that without rulers, but because I'm trying to work on getting more adept at using my rulers, since I have a few of them, and getting more used to doing geometric designs, I'm forcing myself to do all of these geometric designs on this quilt with rulers. And this is a panel that is designed by Natalia Bonner. It's her long arm training panel, and it's available from patternjam.com, or at least that's where I got it. I really don't know if it's still available or not, so you need to search it out there. And if it's not, you can design your own. They have all kinds of different geometric shapes that you can put in any color that you want, and it's really handy because we all know that I'm all about the quilting, not the piecing, so this looks like a very intricately pieced quilt, but it's just a panel, and that way I get to practice on all these different shapes without having to piece a funky quilt together. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch this out, and you can continue watching if you want or not. Totally up to you. Thank you very much.